Late Night Lori from Lori's Little Bit of Craftin. It is a struggle sometimes to get on here before midnight now. What is up with that? So we're going to pretend it's Tuesday at 11:59 p.m. because that's when I was typing all my stuff. It was actually 11:58. So let's see if I can pull up my other devices and get us going here. 59 p.m. Oh, I guess I have sound on that one. Let me get my second one loaded up here. That way I can see when people join me live and hopefully keep up with the comments. And I think we are good to go. So, our quick announcements. My storefront name has changed. So it's not LoriMacari.stampinup.net anymore, because sometimes that's hard to spell. LateNightLori.stampinup.net. Come find me. That's where I will hopefully be a little bit better. Excuse me, at posting some of my projects, getting shopping carts ready, so you know all of the things that I use when I make the things that I show every night. And that's where you can join my team too if you want all your stuff on sale. So, or if you want early access to the catalogs. This is a new catalog that's releasing on January 6th. I'm going to try to straighten this out a little bit. I cannot show you the inside of the catalog. I can only show you the cover because Stampin' Up! Has rules about that. But there is some fun stuff in here. So that'll open on January 6th. Then we have the Cool Kids Club. That's what our CEO, Sarah Douglas, called this today. Hello, Nicole from Perth, Western Australia. Welcome. This product of the month. I am waiting for mine to arrive. I did order this. We cased this layout the other day, so we're going to case another layout tonight. But you can get this product of the month. Every month it's going to be something different. It will be exclusive to that month. And you got Happy Mail today, including a pack of that paper. Awesome. Wow. That's pretty good delivery time for you guys, huh? Hello, Yuda. That's awesome. I think I placed my order right away on the 2nd. And I'll have to look and see when it's supposed to get delivered. So I am looking forward to this. We're going to do hopefully a fun little layout. But Sarah, hi, Bon. But Sarah called this the Cool Kids Club. So qualifying orders of $75 or more before tax and shipping, that's US dollars. I don't know what it is in Australia. But that will qualify you to select and add the product of the month onto your order for just $5. So if you've got questions about that, shoot me a message. Virtual card retreat is coming up January 22nd and 23rd. This can be ordered starting December 10th, wherever your market is. For us, it's in about an hour when Utah goes to midnight. So I need to order that. And then we've got a couple of new kits this month. There's like a little journaling memory book. And there are some cards. And that's not a really good graphic. I apologize that it's so blurry. But I think that's all the announcements I have. Let's take a look. We're gonna play with this new paper. This is out of the new catalog or the new online exclusives. I don't remember. I've kind of gotten behind in trying to keep track of what I've ordered from the catalog and what I've ordered from online exclusives because there's too much stuff I like. But this paper is called Beach Boardwalk. 12 by 12. There's 6 designs, 2 of each. I showed this a few nights ago. We'll go through it again in a minute. But first, I want to pull in the scrapbooking pages we were working on last night and just show you how far I got on them and get your opinion as to what else they need. All right. And as always, if you can give me a thumbs up on your way out, in or out anytime, I appreciate it. Share, case my things, comment. I love it. It helps. Yes, the new catalog I think is so fun. You've looked at it, Nicole? You've pre-ordered? Is that what your happy mail was today? Hopefully you've gotten some fun things. So the only things that I have not attached to these pages are the numbers. Everything else I have attached that we were working on last time, okay? And I have not attached the numbers just because I'm not sure what pictures I'm going to choose yet, okay? My granddaughter and her mom and my bonus grandson like to go hiking. They like to be outside, which is awesome. So I need to find some pictures that I like. So let me scooch this over just a little bit more, maybe. Or I could scooch my camera a little bit too. See if that helps. All right. So I thought what we could do is, I hope I'm not making you dizzy. I apologize if I am. What I thought we could do is add some little like stone pebbly designs on here. Love the coppery, yeah, the oak leaves. That was, I did blending brushing or ink blending with Cajun Craze on those. So what I thought I would do is I did cut out more of the boot prints so that I could make them go across both of the pages. I think that's enough now. Should I have something under here? It's not laying, oh, it's just not laying flat because my dimensionals, I think. I think that's it. What else did I do? I added this circle, but I cut it. Not quite in half, but kind of in half. So I put the words up there and I put the feet down here. And then I added some of the streak dots, stripe dots, streak dots. What are they called? Streaked dots. I added some of those on both sides. I did 3 over here and 5 on this side. And then I was talking about it yesterday when we put this cluster together. I wasn't real happy with the plain paper, and you might not be able to see it very well, but I will try to zoom in here a little bit so you can see. I did put them through the embossing folder. So on the Cajun Craze one, I did the plaid, and I used my snips to roughen up the edges. And then on this one, I used, this is from the Autumn Bundle one. I'll get the name of it in just a second. And I also roughed up all the edges. Now, because that's kind of getting thick, I actually cut off triangles from each of those layers. So I cut off a corner here and I cut off a corner here. Oops, I guess I should maybe zoom that. So I cut off the corner here of the green and I cut off the corner there just so there's not quite as much bulk on there. Okay. So let's take a peek here. And I just thought what I would do is add just a little bit of pebbly stuff going on here. So it kind of looks like a path. Hopefully this isn't ruining it. Hey, Juju. I'm just finishing up the pages from last night. And I'm just doing a little kind of pebbly path here. Oh, well, it's good to clean up, I suppose. Sometimes I think cleaning is overrated, but I'm glad you're here. So when I get done here, I have to finish doing a little bit more prepping for my coffee and a card tomorrow. I have most of it done, but we're supposed to, well, we're getting some sleety crumminess right now, so hopefully the weather will be okay in the morning. All right, so I think that's all I'm going to do on this. Unless you have any other suggestions. Oh, I'm still zoomed in kind of far, huh? So unless you have any suggestions, I think I'm done. Well, except for the numbers, of course, and adding the pictures. Oh, thank you, Juju. The whole memory keeping, journaling thing is not quite my jam, so I'm getting there. It's coming along. All right. So I did not end up making any of the pockets. Remember, I'd cut out those plaid pieces. I did not make any pockets, so I won't have to cut the page protectors at all. And then this is not affixed because this will be a photo, of course. I don't think I'll do any other mat, but the embossing on this metal, mossy metal piece is the Gathering Leaves embossing folder. Hello, Marty. All right. Oh, and I'm just seeing the comments now. I don't know if MacMan's still asleep. He's only been upstairs for a little bit, so we'll see if he notices. All right, so the little bit of pebbliness that I put on here, the dots here, is from the Notes and Totes. And it was intended to be sand, but we made it on a little pebbled path. We used to have a paper color, a cardstock color that was pebbled path. And that was really quite pretty. It was a dark gray. All right. Let's move on to the real project of the day, I guess. Just put those things away right away. Welcome, Vicky. You're in the theater, huh? All right, so I will set these off to the side. All right. Let me just get rid of my inks and stuff that I don't need here anymore. So I don't have anything falling in on us. And we'll have to decide what color ink to use for this. All right, so let's start working on this. All right, so this is some new paper. I did show it a couple of nights ago. We may end up using some of these little pieces here. I don't know. All right, so there's the carnival stuff, the pink palm trees, which I'm thinking we're going to use tonight. The sunshine, which we used just about a whole page of that already. This is pretty cool. This is like water. Turn the lights down low for Vicky. These palm trees were pretty cool. And then these 2 sheets of tickets. And then on the other sides, we have just some more soft designs. So we use some of this. We use this with that tulip, the tulips cards that I made. All right. So we're just going to do kind of a geometric, excuse me. We're just going to do kind of a geometric layout today. I have no idea what kind of sentiment we're going to put on it. Sarah Douglas demonstrated this today with the new Cool Kids paper, the product of the month paper. So we need to have a card base. And I'm just going to spread these out again so we can kind of see which ones we want to use. Because I'm thinking we're going to go pinks. Because I know we have some pink fans in the house. That's the back of that one. The back of that one's... Ooh, that's like an ombre. That's pretty. I guess I forgot about that. All right, so we need to decide what we want for our card base based on whatever papers we're going to use. So I thought if we did this kind of fun, we could actually use one of these Ferris wheels, and we could even cut one of the merry-go-rounds. So I'm going to go ahead and do that. We're going to do a bunch of squares that are 1 inch by 1 inch and 2 inch by 2 inch. So I'm just going to cut this at 4, I guess. And we're just going to see when I trim this down what size this ends up being. Oh, I do not believe there is going to be any fussy cussing tonight. I cut out more feet today. I cut out more boots. So I think I've done my due diligence for fussy cussing for the week, for the month. So this was demonstrated all with nice little squares. So that's what I'm shooting for. So we've got about 3 1/4 by not quite 3 1/4. Maybe I'll cut this down a little bit. Good try though, Juju. Oops, I suppose I need that just a little bit narrower. There, that'll work. So that's pretty close to square. And then if we do the little merry-go-round too, then we can start making some of our other shapes. Or some of our other squares rather, because they're going to be squares. So this is about 2 1/4 by about 2 1/4. So the other ones are going to be 1 by 1, 2 by 2. Vicky's going to bed in 5 minutes. The best sleep for your heart is 10 a.m. to midnight. That's a lot of sleep. Go rogue. We'll see, but I'm still not going to fussy cut. And I'm just going to slice a little bit more off of this one because there was a little piece on there I didn't like, but now it's kind of crooked. So There, that ought to work. All right. So are we in for pink? Or do we want variety? Maybe I should just start cutting some squares and we'll see where it takes us. I'm gonna hang on to these because even though they're not squares, I could make them into squares, or we could go rogue and do rectangles. All right, because that's kind of what I thought I would do with some of these too, is use these and go rectangular. And I think I like this set better. So let's cut some of these out. Yeah, I'm actually ready for sleep too, Vicki. But it's not in the cards for me yet. We'll see how this works out. We might not like it. Luckily, it's just paper. You like my pun there? All right, so we got that one. Maybe we will fussy cut that. I don't know. Or cut it narrower. That one didn't cut very clean either. I kind of took a nap today. Speaking of naps, we went to pick up sandwiches for dinner at a sandwich shop that's like 35 minutes away. We have to drive a bit, but they're good sandwiches. So I read on the way there, and then I slept most of the way back. And I didn't feel guilty. Not a bit. I've gotten to the point in my life where if I want a nap, I'm going to take a nap. And you know the cool thing is, my granddaughter loves to take naps. She's going to be 8 at the end of this month. And every once in a while, you know, I'm like getting tired. I'm like, do you want to go take a nap? She's like, on your bed? I said, yeah. Okay. Alright, so I think we might have to do something to make those look more like tickets. And I'm going to set those off to the side. I am going to go try to find a little punch. It's retired, but it's a 1/2 inch punch, and I think it might just work. And then we'll just cut a little closer to those edges maybe. And I can tell my stomach is going to start growling. That's just ridiculous. I know this one's not pink, but we might need a little bit of contrast. All right, so let's get a few more pieces here. Just trying to get these scraps off with my trimmer. We'll trim those closer. because it's going to look silly with those tabs cut out and then have borders. Yeah, I think it looks better punched also. You want to make sure you keep all the garbage out of your trimmer though, so you get better cuts. I think I'm going to have to cut those by hand. So the card that Sarah did was just all squares with one rectangle. And we're just going to kind of mix ours. So I pulled out Bubble Bath, which is a nice pink. I have pulled out Strawberry Slush, Pretty in Pink, Petunia Pop, and Blackberry Bliss. So we'll have to see what color we want for our base and then for a layer. All right, so let's just move these off to the side. This one I can probably trim. This one I'll just scissor trim. Sometimes I like to use my longer bladed scissors just because it seems like I get a straighter cut. So those are not Stampin' Up! Scissors. Those I think are my Westcott titanium ones. All right, let's I missed Judith's comment about starting without everybody. I don't know. All right, so let's do, I think we'll do some of this. Let's do some 1 by 1. Maybe we'll do 1.5. We'll do it a little bit bigger. I'll just cut a couple of these. And just going to the brown edge on the right side of the trimmer track gets us at 1.5. Oh, Euda's enjoying a beverage, I see, huh? All right. That over there. I don't know how many I need. We're just going to do a bunch. Do we like the palm trees? Or is that going to be too crazy with the carnival stuff? Well, no, there's a palm tree in there. We might need that, huh? I'm going to do those 1 inch. We'll cut a few of these. Maybe we'll cut a couple 2 inches just for kicks. Alright. Pretty soon we're going to have enough. I just want some contrast of color. Let's do this one 2 by 2. Your fan. So Juju, you can have mine if she's going to share. All right, so somehow we got some punch in there. I'm a little behind on the comments. I like rum punch. I think that's right about 2 inches. Now, I think that might be a good start for us. See, I never had any party days, seriously, because I come from a family of alcoholics. So, robust alcohol consumption was never on my path. It was something I just wanted to avoid. So, I have never been drunk. And I'm all right with that. I like to be in control too much, so it's probably better. It's not that I'm a teetotaler. I will occasionally have a little bit of alcohol, like my Tippy Cow. Those are pretty good. A wine cooler, maybe. What I consider to be lightweight stuff. Rum and Coke or rum punch. Long Island iced tea. Those are pretty good. But I only have one. And it's the small one, not the big one. Not the tall. All right, so here's a bunch of, thank you, Yuta. It is what it is. And when I worked in the court system, I saw a lot of drunk driving offenses come in. The worst part of it was that my brother was, I believe, an alcoholic. I don't know that he ever admitted that he was an alcoholic. I'm not sure. And I think I've mentioned it before, but he was in a car crash. He and his girlfriend both died, and they were both intoxicated, well over the legal limit. Luckily, the people in the other vehicle that he hit only had minor injuries. So, I mean, it's really unfortunate, but what are you going to do, right? All right, so let's get back to carnival fun. All right, we need to decide what color base, and then we need to just have a layer to kind of ground everything. Oh, no worries, it's fine. I'm good. It was a long time ago, actually. So this is the bubble bath. This is strawberry slush. This is a color, this is a current in color, so it's got a year left. This is pretty in pink. So that's more of this color. This will be gone in May. Petunia Pop will be gone in May. Nicole, you could drink people under the table, huh? Now you're asleep before the party's even started. That's funny. And then we've got Blackberry Bliss. So what do you think we should do as far as base? Dark with all the light. So you like this one. This is one of my favorite colors. This is a Blackberry Bliss. And all right, I don't want a landscape. I want a portrait. So let's get a base. Dark, dark. Okay, good, good. Oh, we got a little starburst there too. All right, so 4 1/4. And then 5 1/2. And we'll burnish that. Good night, Vicki. Thank you for hanging out with us for a little bit. All right, so we've got the dark, and then as far as the light, are we thinking Pretty in Pink or the bubble bath? I think some of these elements, well, some of them have the Pretty in Pink. Pretty in Pink might be best because the bubble bath, these don't really pick up the bubble bath too much. So Pretty in Pink it is. And then we're just going to do a layer. I should probably, I don't know if you want me to write this down, but basically the layout was your base, and mine is 8.5 by 5.5, scored at 4.25. And then the layer to ground everything is 2 3/4 by 4 1/4, and then squares 1 by 1 and 2 by 2, or whatever you like. All right, so I'm just going to leave that there for just a second. So let's pull out a piece of this Pretty in Pink, and this is really a nice pink. And we're going to cut this down to 2 3/4 by 4 1/4. And that's going to go kind of in the center. We'll see how this all looks. We might want to change the size of that, but that's all right. So now the idea is just to start layering on some of these pieces and making little clusters with them. And we might have to do 2 cards because some of these pieces are kind of big. And instead of a square, Juju might get her way. That Ferris wheel might need to be fussy cut. All right, so if we do, let's get another Pretty in Pink piece. By 4 1/4. So if we do like so, basically all she did, well, actually, let's rough up the edges just to give it a little bit of dimension. Now she did this with just the new Product of the Month Designer Series paper, so it didn't have the, I don't know, like the Activity Designer Series paper. And I don't remember if I said anything, but on those scrapbook layouts, on the 2 pieces that were off to the side, the Cajun Craze and the Mossy Meadow, after I embossed them, I did rough up the edges too. I don't remember if I mentioned that or not. All right, so let's do this again here. So if we put these there, I think we need to fussy cut this, because it's just too boxy. You got your way, Juju. I just think it's going to look better if it's not all boxy. Hopefully you all agree. If not, I can always cut out another one. There's more. So I do not have the sample for the layout I'm cutting because I just watched Sarah on her video today. And I think that was just on the regular Stampin' Up! Videos. I don't think it was on Sarah's. It might have been. It might have been on her Tuesday one. Yeah, the last time I was on a Ferris wheel, it was about 100 degrees outside. And this is probably, I've been in my house for 25 years. So it's going to be 40. It might have been about 30 years ago, the last time I've been on a Ferris wheel, I think. But it was so blasted hot out. When I got to the top of the Ferris wheel, for whatever reason, they stopped it. And I agree, the tickets will look good with the Ferris wheel one. They stopped the ride. I don't know if somebody was sick or what happened, but we were at the very top in the scorching sun for probably 20 to 30 minutes, just kind of hanging there. And I felt so ill. I have not been on a Ferris wheel since. So I agree. I think the tickets will look good on here. And I'm going to turn this around because there's a little bit of design on the side of the ticket. We'll do tickets on the Ferris or on the merry-go-round too, because I think that needs it. This one. So she had some hanging off, and there wasn't a whole lot of her grounding piece left, which I thought was a little unfortunate because I thought it was pretty cute. And now that I cut that part of the palm tree off of there, I don't know that the palm trees really work. What do you think? Yuta, no worries. It's all part of the life experience and who we become, right? I forgot what the question was that you're answering, Juju. I forgot. So I think we could go like that. Oh, the palm trees, they don't match, right? They don't go with it anymore. I think I'm going to cut this down. I think I'll cut this down a little bit smaller. Yeah, the trees, okay. So this was 2. Let's take this down to, we'll go 1 by 1s. So MacMan was outside today trying to get ice off of our roof because the builder who did the addition, we found out later, actually did a pretty crappy job. And where he added the addition to the existing house, I don't think he peeled up any of the roofing. So we have a leak every time it rains hard or in the winter. What's on the other side of this one? Although, oh, that would be pretty. My granddaughter and I did do the roller coaster this year, and I haven't done a roller coaster for a while. And Nicole, how old is your daughter now? I think I want the Ferris wheel on top. What do you think? I'm going to slide this below. I like that purple piece. What are we thinking? How do you like the Sarah layout? And then we need to put a sentiment on there. I'm trying to get these to lay out a little bit better. There. And maybe I should, no, I want some of that grounding piece to go on there. But then I'll have to put just some cute little words on here. Like if I can find something that just says, hey, I know I have something. Or I've got one that says hello, but I think hey would be cuter. Another one that says hello. A lot of them that say hello. What's up with that? Oh, I could put oh snap and we could think about when I got ill from the Ferris wheel. I thought pretty sure I had one that said, hey. I probably do, it's just I'm not going to find it until after we're done. All right, so I'm not finding it. We'll have to find something here. All right, so let's finish up this one. If we do, I'm going to trim this little edge off of here because I don't like that light edge. Didn't get quite close enough. But the tickets on there are pretty fun. Put that off to the edge a little bit. And then I don't like that one. Well, that might work though if we could put a Ferris wheel on here. And add some more tickets. Too much? Maybe it's too much with this one. What do you think? I kind of like this one. So this one I'm going to start attaching everything. That'll go there. That'll go there-ish. We'll have to figure out what to do with this other one on the right. So Nicole, unless it didn't come through mine, you didn't say how old your daughter is now. Of course, you wouldn't really have to say how old she was. You could say how many years ago it was. Oh, rhinestone peeking out. That's why I like to put layers in mine, that extra cover piece, so that the rhinestones don't poke out from the postage machines. Okay, we'll go ahead and put this down here. Oh, this side, look, maybe we should use this side. This almost looks like cotton candy. Do we like that one better? The cotton candy side or the... Maybe that one is more fun, huh? And maybe you can't even see. Let me zoom in. So we've got the fancy design or just the plain old. And we've got some of that in purple. The pattern, okay. This is definitely going to go up on dimensionals. I think the ticket could go on dimensionals too. We'll put dimensionals on just part of it. The fancier side. So let's get, where did my snips go? We can use all of these. Because I'm going to put a couple on the edges. And then I can't decide. Well, I think the stars need to go that way. We'll go here. I'll move this. Okay, and then this one we can just put over here randomly. This will go up on dimensionals. So do we want this higher or lower? Do we want that grounding piece to show? This I'm going to put here. Higher or lower? Higher. Okay. And then this can go here. I think I'll put that up high enough so that we can see part of the semicircle coming out of there. All right, dimensionals on the Ferris wheel. I mean, I suppose I could put just a little happy birthday or something on here. And then we'll put some dimensionals on the outside edge here. Hello, Susan. You can be late to the party. We are doing a layout that I saw Sarah Douglas do today. Just using basically some squares, but we're kind of going rogue. And doing some rectangles too. So we've got a base, we've got a grounding piece that's 2 3/4 by 4 1/4, and then we've got a bunch of squares. But I didn't like the Ferris wheel as just a square, so I fussy cut it because Juju made me do it. Actually, no, I volunteered. And then this one, let me trade these. I have to find a sentiment to go on it yet. So this one, we're gonna glue some of these things down. The Ferris wheel is from all of this designer series paper. All of these elements are from the new paper that is called Beach Boardwalk. So there's tickets and there's pastels and there's a Ferris wheel. There's a sheet. Let me pull that out of here. There's a sheet that's got all kinds of balloons and whatnot. Balloons might be fun on here too, huh? Let's do maybe a partial balloon. Now that I'm looking at this, that might be fun. We'll see. Yeah, the Ferris wheel actually, as soon as I saw it, it reminded me of a paper pumpkin kit. It was probably a few years ago. I lose track of time. So let me just see if it's in the mini catalog or if it's an online exclusive. It is in the mini catalog. All right. All right, so let's put our little grounding piece on here. And maybe I'm going to put this one a little bit more over to the left this time. We can put the Ferris wheel. We can put some tickets. So there's some tickets. Let's take a look at some balloons. Oh, let me go back out a little bit, I guess. So I'm trying to fussy cut these little balloons a little bit. I want just a little bit of border on them. Until we get up to there, and then I'm going to cut that little yellow piece off. Because those, I think, we can maybe tuck in. Oh, there. No, that won't work because of that. We can tuck them in here. And then maybe put a ticket over. Maybe put a ticket over that. I thought I had it all laid out how we were going to do it, but you know, then I start looking at stuff. So then we need to decide, do we need you've had a busy day, Susan. Sorry, I wasn't looking at the comments. Your seniors class. Oh, that's right. You were having the seniors over today. 6 hours. That's kind of a long time, but I'm sure that was fun. So I'm thinking we need to fussy cut that merry-go-round. Who else thinks we need to fussy cut the merry-go-round? And maybe we'll put the merry-go-round over here. And maybe put the Ferris wheel there. And a ticket over here. Juju, I'm not surprised. But I do think it'll look better. I do think it'll look better fussy cut. This paper is actually pretty fun. There's 2 sheets of like the carnival design. And then there's 2 sheets that have the tickets. And then some of the other ones just look kind of like cotton candy to me. Yeah, I'm a little slow on the fussy cutting tonight. I think probably because I'm trying to get it a little closer. And then I tend to overthink it. All right, we're on the home stretch. Straight lines are usually a little easier. One last curve. Whew. All right. Oh, wow. All right, so if we put this over here to cover up that the balloons don't have a top. Yeah? How's that layout? I'll tuck the balloons in a little further. Maybe I should fussy cut these too. I think it might be cuter. So when Sarah did her card, she had everything straight edged. No tilts. It was just all squares except for that grounding rectangle. I think that looks a little bit better. And then we could always put this under here too. Too busy? Or is it all right? Is that all right? And then we'd have to put a sentiment on there. Okay, I'll start gluing. So I'm going to start with this piece. I'm actually going to just cut off a little bit of that end. We'll go this way. Okay, merry-go-round is going to be up on dimensionals. That ought to be enough. The balloons we will just glue down flat. So like I was saying before, the Ferris wheel from this remind me of a paper pumpkin kit from a few years ago. And there we go. And then we took our granddaughter to, I was telling you about it a while back, Bay Beach. And should I fussy cut the Ferris wheel? We took her to Bay Beach, which is in Green Bay, Wisconsin, where the Packers are from. And the rides, tickets are $0.25 a piece. They used to be 10 cents a ride. The balloons above, well, the problem is the balloons have straight edges because I just cut out a little bit and I already glued them down. It would have made sense to have the balloons higher. Maybe we can put something else over there to camouflage it. Or I could always cut out more balloons. So we'll have to, I'll have to put something there to cover that up. I didn't see your comment soon enough. Probably because of the delay. So let's find a full group of balloons. I just cut off that edge piece because I thought we could probably use it somewhere. But it does make sense to have the balloons rising above the other elements. Well, anyway, when we took our granddaughter to this Bay Beach, she had such a good time. And I guess even the rides for the tickets were $0.25, and most of the rides took like 3 or 4 tickets. I guess that's not too bad compared to some of the midways we've been to. Papa likes to buy her like the whole day, or as many rides as you want wristband. And sometimes I just don't think we get our money's worth out of those, because those are pretty expensive sometimes. That'll be cute. So those tickets I already put down. Maybe I'll put this underneath. The balloons can go here. The merry-go-round can go there. And we'll take off some of this extra paper here. Sorry, I'm not narrating very much. I concentrate when I fussy cut. So I don't want to mess it up. For goodness sakes. That little piece just does not want to come out. There. All right. How's that one? This is going to have to go down there because I've got glue from the old set of balloons. It will make nice scrapbook layouts. So you need to see, well, not the paper, you need to see the balloons on there, Yuta? No, leave it. It's okay with the balloons where they're at now. Put the merry-go-round down below. And then I could just put a sentiment probably right on there. Okay. So the balloons we'll put on dimensionals for sure. So I've got dimensionals around the top of the balloons, but then I'll put just a little bit of glue down on the point of the strings. There we go. Oh, I probably don't want to put that down just yet because this ticket has to go on there. I'm going to put some glue on one side and dimensionals over here. And then we can put the Ferris wheel down. That'll go flat. I wasn't originally going to get this paper because the paper pumpkin kit that we had, however many years ago that was, it wasn't one that I really resonated with, but I think this stuff must be more cute than what that was, because I do like this. Hello, Donna. Welcome. Oh, in the US, we can place our free shipping orders now. It's midnight. It's after midnight in Utah. This can have a few more dimensionals on it, I guess. Hello, Zippy. So I am loosely casing a layout that Sarah did for her Tuesday live. I feel like we need something here though. Maybe some more balloons. Too much? Do you think that's too much balloons? Just seems like that shouldn't be quite as empty. Oh, bling would work too. Yes or no to the second set of balloons? I'm just going to move this over here. No to the second balloons. No to the second balloons. All right, so it needs something. Maybe I should just put another little piece of a ticket. There. That makes me a little happier. That makes me a little happier. And then I can still, this is flat enough that I'll still be able to stamp a sentiment on there. I think it's going to end up being a happy birthday. But I'll find it. And then let's see what kind of embellishments I have. I don't remember blingy ticket, like lots of Wink of Stella on there would work, huh? Maybe some Wink of Stella across the curves of the balloons. All right, so what would create the eye path? So we really kind of deviated from Sarah's design just because she used all squares. But I don't remember, I've got these Moody Palette Glossy Dots. And we're gonna slice over the side, open the side here. because I like to be able to slide mine right out the side, and I don't like to buy extra packaging. Oh, these white dots are pretty fun. Those white dots are kind of fun. Did you watch Sarah's today, Donna? I'm just such a rebel sometimes. These are flat, so these might be able to go on pretty easily. Well, thank you, Donna. That makes me feel good. And then maybe I should put just a couple more, because those aren't super obvious. So we'll put a couple more little ones. We'll put one here and maybe one up here. So that gives us 5. So we've got 3 and 3, a cluster. I think that'll work. Sarah goes live on Tuesday afternoons at 2 o'clock Mountain Time. And it's on the stamp. No, it's on the Sarah Douglas. I think Sarah does hers as Sarah Douglas CEO. But she goes on every Tuesday at 2 o'clock. I have mine, since I follow her, I get a reminder. I get notifications when they're going on, but I have an alarm on my phone so I don't forget. All right, so it occurred to me that the battery on my phone was getting kind of low when we started. And did my picture shift? Because it looks longer to me now than it did when I started. And I wonder if that's because I have a low battery. I have noticed that it seems longer when I have my phone plugged in. How long ago did it get long? Put it in, since it's already long. Yeah, the battery was getting kind of low. So we need some bling on here too. Maybe I'll use the light blue though. I don't want to use all those white ones. The white ones are pretty cool. Was it longer the whole time, Yuta? I didn't notice it before. It seemed like it was pretty normal earlier. I like tucking these behind a layer sometimes because I think it looks kind of fun. And then let's get that Wink of Stella back out here. Oh, so just a little bit ago it had been my battery then. That's so weird. But I have noticed when I have it plugged in, it seems like it's elongated. And it's a Google Pixel. It's supposed to have like the best camera, right? And I'm going to make a few of these shimmer. And then we'll shimmer these little stars. There. Hello, Colleen. Welcome back. And just in time for us to be about done. All right. So all I need are sentiments on here. I will figure something out, and then when I come back on next time, I'll have sentiments on here. I should be able to stamp that on there. I've got a dimensional here, but this is all pretty flat here, so I think I'll be all right. And then this is flat. I should be able to stamp it on there. And if it doesn't work, then I'll just put a little sentiment strip on there. Thank you, Yuta. They were kind of fun cards. This is fun paper. You know, I didn't know if I would like it, but I ordered it because I thought, you know, there's some of the patterns in there I thought were really fun. I didn't know that I would. I figured I would just use the back side of the sheet that's got all of the carnival things on there, but I really like them. They're really fun. So that's all I have for you, ladies. Thanks for popping in with me. Thanks for the suggestions for making them fun cards. I don't know which one I like better. I think I might like the one with the balloons and the merry-go-round better. We'll see once I get a sentiment on there. So until next time, thank you, everybody. I'm glad you hung out with me. Go ahead and give me a thumbs up on the way out. Those of you that came in late, Zippy, I didn't realize you were here. Or did you come on earlier? Yeah, you did come on earlier. You were telling me to do bling. I lose track sometimes. So give me a thumbs up on your way out. If you missed part of it, Colleen, you can go back and watch the replay. It'll be up in about 24 hours. So happy crafting, everybody.